Sum and difference formulas. Let me list the formulas. If we have sine of sum of two angles, let's say A plus B, then this is same as sine A times cosine B plus cosine A times sine B. For the proof, you can check your textbook, this is not true though, that we would normally think sine A plus B. It's not simply sine of A plus sine of B. Okay, sine itself does not make sense, so this is no distribution like this. This is not true, but this is true. And what if when we have negative sign there, sine A minus B is just negative in the middle, sine A cosine B minus cosine A sine B. In the same way, for cosine A plus B is now cosine A cosine B minus, notice this is a plus but this is minus, sine A sine B. For the proof, see the textbook again. Cosine A minus B, now this will be positive in the middle, cosine A cosine B plus sine A sine B. Again, we cannot just distribute cosine because cosine itself does not make sense. Cosine of something makes sense. Okay, so this is not a product that you can distribute. In the same way, tangent A plus B, now we can find the formula writing sine over cosine and using this, and it comes out to be tangent A plus tangent B all over 1 minus tangent A times tangent B. Okay, if we have negative sign tangent A minus B, then the top is negative and bottom we get positive. This is tangent A minus tangent B over 1 plus tangent A times tangent B. For other trig functions, they are not that useful, but if you have, let's say, cosecant of A plus B, then cosecant is reciprocal of sine, so 1 over sine A plus B, and we know the formula for sine A plus B, but these are rarely used. So these are the 6 formulas, but if you know sine A plus minus, just look at these two changes. Let me do a couple of examples here. Okay, find the exact value of cosine 75 degrees. We know that 0 degree, 30, 45, 60 and 90 and their multiples are standard angles, but 75 is not a standard angle. But 75 is sum of 30 and 45, so we can use the sum rule. So we can write solution cosine 75 is same as cosine 30 plus 45, or you can write 45 plus 30, same thing, 30 plus 45. Now go back and look at the formula for cosine of A plus B. So we'll use this formula. A is like 30 and B is like 45. Okay, using that, cosine A plus B is cosine A times cosine B, plus means minus for cosine, sine A sine B. Now we use the unit circle to write down the values of these trig functions. And we know cosine 30 degrees is root 3 over 2, and cosine 45 is root 2 over 2, minus sine 30 is 1/2, sine 45 is root 2 over 2. Just look at the unit circle, multiply these two, multiply these two. When we multiply, we get root 3 times root 2, that's root 6 over 4, minus root 2 over 4, do not cancel anything, 4 same denominator, common denominator 4, root 6 minus root 2, you cannot subtract, okay, root 6 minus root 2 is not root 4, and this is the final answer in exact form.